This is such a low effort joke at this point. Just because I have tattoos, I'm pushing gender ideologies onto the founding fathers. No, George Washington was not non-binary. Could have been a furry though.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So I packed up the dog, made my way to the water like I normally do, but by the time I got here, it is just too damn windy. Probably not gonna be able to hear a thing, probably a whole lot of wind muffles. So I'm gonna find another spot to go. Luckily, I've already picked out a whole bunch of clips that we're gonna be taking a look at here. So I'm already set there. So I'm gonna go find a spot and then we'll get into this.
It's crazy that they came out with an actual study that ChatGPT is ruining your brain permanently making you dumber. And people are like, but I need it. I need to use it. I need it. I don't care about it destroying the environment. I need it so bad. Who else am I going to talk to? A community? Who else is going to think for me? My own brain? Well, what are you doing?
Isn't it weird that asking about the Epstein list puts you on a government watch list?
Did I just let my kids yell "fuck Donald Trump" out of the vehicle windows as I drove past a No Kings protest that I didn't know was going on? Yeah, I sure did. And I am proud of them. These kids just made my fucking day, okay? Screaming "fuck Donald Trump" out the window. And listen, that whole crowd of people was cheering and clapping and they were like, fuck yeah, fuck him. Yeah, I am so damn proud of my kids right now. Like, I'm taking their asses for ice cream or something because that was awesome. That was epic. And you know what? Here in a little bit, when we leave the park, we're going to drive by it again. And this time, I'm going to allow them to say it again. Yep, I sure am. I don't care what you think. Don't come at me for letting my kids cuss. It is what it is. But yeah, except this time, after the park, when we drive by, I'm also going to be blasting the same song that is in this current video right here. So yeah, I am so proud of my kids. Listen, they were saying that shit with their chests, okay? It was awesome. It gave me chills. Like, fucking awesome.
Okay, so it appears that I'm not going to find anywhere where I can sit down and not get blasted by wind. So I have no choice but to walk around again, around the side streets where no wind is blasting me directly in the face and on the microphone. But to this clip here, if it was any other topic, I would just say, it's liberal story time. She's storytelling here. But who in their right mind gets in front of a camera to lie about being a shitty parent? This is nothing to be proud of as a parent. You are indoctrinating your children. It has nothing to do with the fact that they're cussing, and you're even going to reward them with ice cream. I mean, I'm not sure how old her children are, so yeah, it's nothing to be proud of if they're swearing, but she's proud because they're saying F Donald Trump. So what this comes down to, and why I easily label it as terrible parenting, it's got nothing to do with the swearing. It's purely down to politics. Why on earth are you involving your children in your political views? They see nothing wrong with it whatsoever. She is proud of her children screaming out F Donald Trump out of her car window and then puts it on the internet to show all the other libtards out there like, look what my children did. But at the same time, you're showing the rest of the sane world just how bad of a parent you really are.
Something I hear a lot from people is that they admire how outspoken and vocal I am about things in a public manner. And I am. It's true. You can do it too. In fact, the more people that are outspoken and vocal in a public manner, the safer it is for the rest of us. So here's your sign.
Somebody just said that there are no federal child labor laws, just guidelines. Open the schools, open the school.
Fuck it, I'm gonna put the video so y'all know what I'm talking about. And then I'm gonna put it in here though. So I recently went viral. Not recently. It was like in January I went viral when I was in the military. Who need to hear this? You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of people be talking shit about America. Hey, if you don't like America, go to another country, bitch. I love this country. I protect this. I went viral for saying, you know, I love my country, you know. I love America, you know. Well, I ain't say too much. Why I just looked at my stitches, right? One stitch, right? It's this one girl, and she's just, you know, looking at my video normally, you know, nothing too much. You go to the comments, it's her getting punched in the face. Who got this picture? And then you got one dude talking about something, Yeah, as soon as he get home and they see that young brother as not a patriot, but his skin color, fam, everybody sees me as a regular dude. You always trying to bring race into it. Shit ain't got nothing to do with race. And on top of that, bruh, in the comments, they calling me a Nazi. They calling me a Nazi. White supremacy. Like, what are we talking about? Nigga can't love something, you know? A nigga can't enjoy living in a place if it don't align with y'all decisions. Y'all get mad, but I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, so I got no idea if this guy votes Democrat or if he votes Republican, if he's a liberal or if he's a conservative. There's nothing made clear about that. But I truly don't think it matters, because if you do not go with the narrative, even if you do vote Democrat, even if you are a liberal, but you speak in the opposite of the narrative, which nowadays is being a patriot for your country, saying that you love the United States of America, that's a bad thing to do. And what do we know about liberals? They eat their own. We're talking about a young black man here. This is really the funniest part about it. A young black man who served his country, but because he says patriotic words in a 12-second TikTok that went viral, all of a sudden you have the liberal side calling him a Nazi and calling him a white supremacist. Make that make sense. Clips like this should be a learning lesson for anybody that leans left. If you stray away from the narrative, even by an inch, you're fair game. If you stray away at all, if you do not support the ideology, you are now the enemy. It doesn't matter how long you've been on Team Liberal, how long you've been on Team Democrat, if you do not follow the game plan 100% to the T, you are no longer one of them. And we've seen this time and time again. I mean, on the right, we notice it quite a bit, but how is it possible that nobody in the left has noticed this pattern? Because again, you guys have incredible pattern recognition, right? Why would anybody want to support a party that truly does not have your back in the end? Beats me.
I haven't seen anybody blatantly call out the obvious yet, so I will. Trans people are a part of the queer community. If you are trans and you are in a relationship, it's not a straight relationship. And I am wondering what your obsession is with not wanting to be associated with the queer community. What is your obsession with being a pick-me and wanting the straights to accept you so badly? What, like, that has to be some internalized homophobia or transphobia. Like, get the fuck off my For You page.
If anybody was confused about my political beliefs, fuck Donald Trump, free Palestine, fuck ICE, free all oppressed people, fuck capitalism, fuck bitches get money, and eat the rich. I think that's everything.
I really hate to admit this, but I have a fear that anybody who's still MAGA is just hopeless. Like, we're at a point where we can't have decent conversations to convince you how bad this is. People who are still MAGA would fully rip out their eyes with their bare hands to not look at what's actually happening. So, and that just sucks. It just sucks. Because I never want to believe people are too far gone. I always want to believe that people can be educated and all of this kind of stuff, and we don't have to agree on everything. But I have to be realistic about this. Some people like the cruelty, and some people are just fucking racist. And I don't know if education can change your heart.
So this is the problem with you liberals here, and you got to understand why we seem to have a communications problem. There was 3 key things that she said in this clip that just irks me and pushes us away and makes us realize that there is no meeting in the middle. Starting with, I don't want to believe that we're so far gone that we can't have a decent conversation where we can convince you how bad things are. So meaning it's already a one-side conversation. There's no meeting in the middle about this because you're not even open to hear about maybe things aren't as bad as you're being told. No, you've already made up your mind that things are super bad and they're super terrible. How can MAGA not see this? We need to try and convince them otherwise. Problem is, you all think that you already know everything and that you're so much more highly educated than we are, right? So there's no way that we can actually make a valid point. How we're willing to rip our eyeballs out before we'll actually see what's truly going on and how things are bad. Maybe we can look at the same thing when it comes to you guys as well, because we can say the same thing. How could you guys not see that what's going on right now with these ICE raids, that this is something that needs to be done to clean up and fix up the country? Right now, the country is a mess. And in reality, how many people has Trump deported at this point? How come you guys were not losing your flipping minds over Barack Obama with all the deportations that he did? But no, you guys will claim that no, you were losing your minds, but social media wasn't quite as available to all the general public at that point in time, so you couldn't communicate these messages out to each other. But really, you were all sitting at home freaking out that Barack Obama was deporting illegal immigrants. That is absolute bullshit. If it's a Democrat president that's deporting nothing but pure brown-skinned people, no, it's okay because it's a Democrat president. But if you had Donald Trump, and say if he was only deporting white-skinned people, let's just imagine that. And unfortunately, you can't do that because 95 to 98% of the people that came across the border illegally do not have my skin tone. But let's just pretend that Donald Trump was deporting nothing but white people. You guys would find some way to complain about it still, and still find a way to attach that as being racist some way, somehow. Number 3, she does not want to believe. She refuses to believe that MAGA is so far gone that they cannot be educated to realize what's going on right now. Educated by who? You guys, the liberals? Really? Did you guys ever even consider, of course you didn't, it's a stupid question, but I'm gonna ask it anyways, did you guys ever maybe consider that you should look to the right side for a little bit of education about what's really going on here? Because the truth is, you guys just want to live in a fantasy land. You want to pretend that countries should not have borders. Anybody should just be able to pick up and go and live wherever they want to live. Nobody should have to go through any form of an immigration process. You should just be able to pick up and go, right? What you guys are asking for is to live in a society that does not have any rules, no law, no order. This just sounds incredible to you guys, but it makes absolutely no sense. And then even it's a little bit hypocritical, because if you think back to 2020, you guys were easily compliant with any form of restriction that was put on you. Quite honestly, it almost seemed like as a society, the liberals were happier living under such strict rules and compliance. You'll notice that when it came to 2020, how come it's only people that are on the right? How come it's only conservatives? People that, you know, have common sense, that realize that there was something wrong with the lockdowns and for how long that they went on. But no, people on the left, they were almost pissed off that the lockdowns came to an end. Bottom line, at the end of the day, we're talking about two completely different worldviews that are far away from each other. So wanting to have civil discussions to convince us just how bad everything is, thinking that we'd rather gouge our eyeballs out than really see what's going on in the world. Yeah, we see what's going on in the world. And then to have the nerve to say they may be too far gone where we cannot educate them. Tell you one thing that's blatantly obvious. If unity is ever going to happen, it's definitely not going to happen on the left. You're definitely not going to get people to come from the right, the land of common sense, to the land of woke and insanity. Never gonna happen.
Whoever said that you can make deviled eggs with Greek yogurt instead of mayo, come here. Come here.
What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? Did you just come up with that idea? Didn't make it, didn't taste it, you're just like, oh, that sounds like a good... What the fuck is wrong with you?
That's it. I'm done with the internet today. I'm done. I have to get off the internet. I just saw somebody say what happened to Charlie Kirk is similar to what happened to Martin Luther King Jr. Are you dumb? Are you fucking dumb? Let's think a little bit. Let's use our fucking brains. What the fuck?
I'm gonna start by saying, I know a lot of y'all gonna dislike this situation, but hey, Trump, come on to Atlanta, man. Bring the National Guard to Atlanta. We need you here, man. I see how you did Memphis, man. A man made a video this morning about him walking to the store, man. And, man, it was peace and quiet. I mean, peacefully. He bragging. He loved it, man. A lot of y'all gonna say, we don't need Trump. We don't need Trump. I ain't got nothing to do with who we need. We need the National Guard in Atlanta to clean this mess up, man. These little boys running around crazy, robbing people, shooting at people, goddamn running in people's houses. Come on to Atlanta and clean it up, Trump. Hey, I ain't got no problem with it. And if you got a problem with it, go somewhere else. But hey, as long as I'm here, if Trump call right now and say, hey man, I'm on the way, I'm like, hey bro, start over here. Start over there. Trump, we ain't asked for much since you cleaning up places. Come clean that up, man. Man, get all these goddamn roughnecks out of here, man. Hey, we waiting. We up next.
Videos like this are something I really like to see, and I've seen quite a few of them now, actually, out of Atlanta in particular. People from Atlanta keep looking at videos that are coming out of Memphis right now, and people in Memphis are very happy that the National Guard was sent out there to clean up their city. I've seen videos even from people out of Memphis that are not Trump supporters. People that state right on the video they're not really a fan of Trump, but are they ever happy that Trump sent the National Guard out there to clean up the crime in their city? They're talking about how they can bring their kids to the park again, they can go out to the store again without worrying about being robbed. And they're realizing now that, hey, maybe he's not such a tyrant after all, and he's doing what really needs to be done. And a lot of people from Atlanta are seeing this, and they're filming videos, and they're posting it online, and they're saying, Trump, please come to Atlanta next. Please send the National Guard here. And majority of these videos that are coming out of Memphis, and every video so far that I've seen coming out of Atlanta, it's always a young black man. Now, this is what I find very hypocritical when it comes to the people on the left, because they claim how they always look out for the people of color, right? But how come they ignore situations like this? They just pretend that these videos don't happen because they need to keep the narrative alive that Trump is invoking martial law, that Trump is invoking the Insurrection Act, and he's not acting within his constitutional powers, when in reality, he's doing exactly what a president is supposed to do. His citizens come first. The safety of his citizens come first. And so far, no matter how much they want to deny it, no matter how much they do not want to believe it, everything that Trump has done up until this point when it comes to sending the National Guard to these cities to help clean up the crime out there, everything has been within his constitutional power. You know, I gotta say, honestly speaking for myself, guys, if I was a liberal and if I voted Democrat and if I lived in a blue state, and if I seen that the governor of that state, that the mayor of the city that I lived in was working against the president who was trying to get rid of crime, because what citizen really wants to live around crime? If I seen that the leaders of my state were working against it and trying to keep the crime active, I would never, ever vote blue again.
I don't know what the fuck is going on in this world. All I do is stay in my house all day and apply for jobs. So you telling me I apply for literally 50 to 60 jobs every day. So out of them whole 50 to 60, ain't none of you bitches hiring? Ain't nobody hiring. I'm even applying for like Walmart and shit. They not even hiring. No, I'm lying. Walmart pushing it. But like I'm applying for all types of fucking positions, even shit that I don't even care to do anymore. Still ain't nobody hiring. All I do is sit in this bitch, lay down, eat shit, sleep, brush my teeth, wash my ass, and reapply for jobs.
Paid protester, paid protester. I guess that's the difference between you and me. Because I don't have to be paid to care about someone or something. Because I have basic human decency.
I truly don't understand when I'm looking at people's comments today from like the No King's Day stuff. When people are like, it's like the second you talk about Trump or you're against Trump, they want to bring up, well, what about Biden? Well, what about Newsom? Well, what about this? And what about that? Well, what about right fucking now? What about what's happening right now? What about the shit he's doing right now? It's wrong, it's stupid, it's fucking you all over. And when you feel it, maybe this will be different. But don't play fucking stupid and try to go around the situation of what everyone is upset about. Don't weaponize your fucking stupidity.
Don't weaponize your stupidity. That's a really funny choice of words, because that is exactly what the Democrat Party has been doing for years when it comes to their liberal voters. You guys eat up all the rhetoric. You eat up every little ounce of propaganda that's put out there for you. It's like bait. And you guys always fall for it. But no, what do you guys choose to do instead? Instead of opening up your eyes and realizing like, hey, maybe I'm being lied to here, you guys choose to believe that no, people that vote for Trump, that they're just stupid. They eat up all the propaganda that comes from Trump. And they're too dumb to realize that this is all gonna bite them in the ass in the end. But the reality is people know exactly what is going on. The vast majority of the United States of America, this is what they voted for. This is what Donald Trump campaigned on. This is why people casted a ballot for Donald Trump. So to sit there and think that MAGA, Trump supporters, anybody that casted a ballot for Donald Trump is just ignorant and dumb. That shows just how ignorant and dumb you all are on the left, because they knew exactly what they were voting for. This is what they wanted. Anybody that can sit there and speak honestly with your full chest, like you always like to all say, that an open border is a good idea and it's not going to jeopardize your safety in the long run, is a blithering idiot. So no, the truth is anybody that voted for Donald Trump voted with common sense. And what does common sense mean? Common sense means closing your damn border and taking everybody that's in your country illegally and shipping them the hell out.
And when that list comes out and that man flees to Argentina, what are you gonna do? What's the plan? Are we gonna go down there and get him? Who's fleeing with him? Is Mike going to the UK? That's probably going to release the files. That's who I think is going to release the files. I mean, Prince Andrew just dropped a title. They're doing questionable things with moving money to Argentina. Argentina is very infamous for being the Yahtzee paradise of where you go after you did bad things. When I lived in Concord, California, because I lived there for a long time, one of my neighbors was this lady named Linda, and her family was from Germany, but half of them went to Argentina, and Linda came here. Oh, Linda, I wonder what you were doing, Linda.
And then Jesus said unto the sick, you better have insurance. And then Jesus said to the stranger, are you here legally? And then Jesus said unto the hungry, my taxes better not be buying this bread and fish. And then Jesus said unto the poor, this is your own damn fault.
It's a really weird year to teach social studies because how do you teach the structure and purpose of the Constitution and the U.S. government and laws while students are actively watching political leaders break those laws and break those rules, and then they come to me and they say, but we learned in class that that's not allowed. And I just have to go, yeah, we did learn that, right? That is kind of the expectation. Here we are.
Now, I definitely do not believe in judging a book by its cover, but if I walked into a classroom with one of my children and I seen that that was going to be my child's teacher for the year, red flag. And her subject that she teaches is social studies. Oh, even better. So when she has her children saying, everything that Donald Trump's doing, this is what we learned, is wrong. This is against the Constitution. And when she's agreeing like, yeah, it is against the Constitution. Oh, I'm sorry, you're teaching your children incorrectly. If you actually taught them the Constitution, your students would have a clear understanding that your country comes first. There's nothing wrong with being patriotic. There's nothing wrong with wanting to defend your border walls. Now, if you're really going to sit there and teach your students that it's okay to come across the border illegally, it's okay to avoid the immigration process, there's probably a pretty good chance you should not be teaching, because it's pretty obvious what you're doing at this point. You're not teaching curriculum. What you're doing is you're spreading your worldview. You're pushing your personal opinions onto your students, also known as indoctrination. As a social studies teacher, you should know the Constitution inside and out. You should be fully aware that Trump is doing everything within his constitutional power. And if you see otherwise and think that he's actually violating the Constitution, you're proving to the whole world right now on TikTok that you do not understand the Constitution, yet you're a social studies teacher, which is nothing more than absolute irrefutable proof that you are not fit to be teaching. All right, guys, that is it for this one. With this wind and how crazy it's been, there is leaves flying all over the place, and I have to defend Milo from running directly into traffic to chase leaves. Oh, you want to go home? Are you trying to go home? All right, take your stick. Come on. There you go. Let's get home. You guys take care. Until next video. Have a good one, guys.
Oh, he's crashing out. You want to crash out? Fine. I'll fucking give you one. If we don't wake the fuck up soon, and I mean quick, fast, and in a fucking hurry, we are fucked like a football bat. We got the Department of Homeland fucking Security out here sharing hype videos of ICE agents flying in on American cities, banging in doors, jacking people out of their houses, zip tying them in the streets naked, and then carting them off in the back of U-Hauls with no warrants or due process like it's a fucking trailer to the newest Call of Duty game. And the worst part is, I gotta watch some of y'all cheer it on like you're watching a fucking football game. And then the cherry on top of it all, I gotta sit here and listen to y'all call yourselves Christians? Bullshit. You don't get to call yourself a Christian and then advocate and fucking laugh when families are torn apart outside of courthouses of people trying to come here the right ways. You don't get to call yourself a Christian and then think it's okay that the highest court in the fucking land just gave a green light to ICE agents to be able to fucking target people because they are brown or speaking Spanish. It makes me sick to my fucking stomach that I gotta be lumped in with you when people think of Christians in this country. It makes me feel physically fucking ill to know that when people think of the loving Christ that I know, that gave his life for us, they will think of you instead. You are not Christian. You use Christianity as a shield to hide behind when you need to justify the hate that you have scalded into this world. People tell me all the time, why don't you just shut the fuck up and sing, man? Keep politics out of it. Don't you think I would love to? Don't you think I want to just come on the internet and show you my love songs or my breakup songs that I've been writing? But you got the same phone I got, dog. You're telling me you don't see this shit? When you're laying in bed at night and you're scrolling on your phone and you see the same videos that I see, do you not think to yourself, damn, there's got to be a better way that we can fucking do this? Have we really become this numb to treating human fucking beings like this? I started writing songs about this shit because I'm not oblivious to the platform that I have, and I recognize that my voice could go further than most. I also believe that music is one of the most powerful tools that we will ever have. I knew being a country artist I was going to get some backlash for the things that I was about to say, and I knew that I was risking my career because of it, because I'm a small artist who didn't have a big fan base to fall back on already. But I said the shit anyways with my whole fucking chest, because if you think that I'm going to sit back and watch the America that I love to my fucking core be beaten to its fucking knees without saying a word, then you got me fucked up. And the only regret that I have is not saying something sooner. I would rather my label call me the fuck up and drop me right after posting this video and have no career at all than live in a world where what is happening right now is happening and I don't say a fucking thing like most of these artists do. So if you gotta leave, I get it. But either way, I want it to be crystal fucking clear what side of history I'm on.